So I picked up the Pixel 7a about 2 weeks ago, and honestly, I've really been enjoying this device, and we have some pros and some cons I want to talk about in this video. Before I start this video, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Poetic for actually sponsoring today's video. They offer a variety of cases and have something for every type of person, and particularly for the Pixel 7a, they have 3 types of cases. The first being their Guardian line. This case not only lets you show off your new phone with its transparent back, but also gives you the option to wear a screen protector as well as covers for the ports at the bottom of the phone, making this perfect for anyone that goes hiking regularly or maybe works a job doing manual labor, such as construction, keeping dust and debris out of your headphone jack and charging port effectively. The second case being for more of the minimalist out there, the Neon line. This case gives you military standard drop protection with its dual layer protection while also looking stylish and not feeling like a chore to lug around. This is my favorite of their line simply because it feels great in hand and also has an anti-slip back pattern which makes the phone feel secure, which many cases don't provide. The last is the big boy, and that is the Revolution case. This case offers full body military standard drop protection, the choice of a screen protector or an extra front frame for people who don't like screen protectors, as well as a pull-out kickstand for hands-free viewing in portrait or landscape mode. All of these cases are offered at a great affordable price, and if you'd like to pick any of them up, I'll leave a link in the description down below, and another huge shout out to Poetic for sponsoring today's video. So getting into the pros and cons on this device, the first pro is going to be the update support. So we actually have Android 13 on this device, and we have 3 years of OS updates to Android 16, which is decent. I don't think it's the craziest in the world, especially compared to some other devices, maybe even some cheaper devices. But the impressive thing about the update support is, of course, the security patches. So for the Pixel 7a and any device that was released after the Pixel 6, of course, if you guys are a part of Google devices, this is going to be supported with security updates until May 2028. So this will be supported for the next 5 years. So if you guys want a device that's going to be future-proof device, it's going to work well. Obviously the Pixel 7a is going to be a great choice. I did give you guys my opinions in another video on why I think you should wait until the price of this phone drops, and we'll talk about that later just because the Pixel 7 is a bit cheaper and it kind of outspecs the 7a obviously, but we'll get into that in the cons. Our next pro is obviously going to be a smooth stock Android on this device. If you guys haven't experienced a stock Android device yet, it really is like no other. I do kind of like Samsung skin. I'm kind of used to that, but honestly, second runner-up is definitely going to be Google devices. I do love a stock Android type of feel, and I feel like this device is one of the smoothest experiences you're going to get on an Android device. So if you guys want a good stock Android experience, the Pixel 7a is absolutely going to serve that to you. Our next pro is going to be, of course, the unique color options. Obviously for the Pixel 7a, there are going to be 2 really standout colors. The first one is going to be, of course, the Sea Ocean Blue, and this is just such a beautiful color. In different settings, it really tends to come out more in rooms that are a little bit darker. That blue looks blue, and then you go out into the sun and you just see a little tint of blue, but it's just very, very unique, these colors. And also I've been seeing the coral all over YouTube. It just looks insane. It looks beautiful. I think that's a really sexy color, and for anybody that picked up that device, it seems like everybody absolutely loves that color, and that's a color that you can only get with the Pixel 7a, like that coral. So as far as I know so far, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section down below. But the unique colors on the Pixel 7a, beautiful. I'm honestly really happy that Google does that with their A series devices. There are many other companies that don't do that for their more budget conscious devices. Our next pro is going to be our security on this device. Now, the fingerprint sensor honestly is a lot faster than the Pixel 6a, and I think there was a little bit of an update with that. I don't know if anybody said anything on that. I didn't read anything on it, but it seems like the fingerprint sensor is a lot quicker. Also, the option for face unlock, as you guys know, we didn't have face unlock on the Pixel 6a, so it's great that we have it on the 7. It is really, really accurate. Look at this, guys. Boom, look at it, open it up. Boom. Saves you a lot of time if you guys don't want to, of course, use a fingerprint sensor, but the security has gotten much better. We have face unlock on this device now, and of course the fingerprint sensor, like I said before, is going to be quicker. So really nice improvements right there. And the last pro, of course, is going to be this OLED display. I think this display looks great. I'm going to do a full gaming review on this, and I should be dropping it this week, of course. Genshin Impact looks beautiful. PUBG, all these games look beautiful, and of course watching movies and TV shows and stuff like that is going to look great on the Pixel 7a. I know some people are kind of hesitant about this display just because the borders are kind of big, and I guess that is kind of a con on this device, but you guys are not going to even notice them. Honestly, after a while of using this device, I haven't noticed it. So when watching movies and stuff like that, display looks beautiful, colors are great, and it definitely keeps up with Samsung's mid-range devices. And honestly, in gaming, especially Genshin Impact, I know it has to do a lot with the processor, but the Pixel 7a display looks much nicer. And finally, getting into the dreaded cons on the Pixel 7a. If you guys have any cons on this device, let me know in the comment section down below. But the first con is, of course, we have no telephoto camera on this device. Now, I don't know why they didn't put one in here. I feel like a lot of people, that was their biggest con for this device other than the price tag. But we have no telephoto camera inside of here. Other than that, the camera looks great. We get support up to 4K, which is beautiful. The shots I've been taking on this phone have been looking great as well. But in this price range, you would be hard pressed to find a better camera than the Pixel 7a. Our next con, and a lot of people are vocal about this, but the phone gets hot in heavy use. So if you guys have been playing video games for a long period of time, the phone is going to get a little hot. If you guys have been using it out in the sun, it may get a little hot. Honestly, it hasn't been too bad after a week or two of using this. I feel like it kicks in a little bit more and everything starts working better after using this device for a couple weeks. It does still get a little bit warm, so don't get me wrong, it's not completely gone, but it's not as hot as when I first boot up this device and I was playing like AAA titles like Genshin Impact and Call of Duty and all that stuff. But if you guys play this for an elongated amount of time and you guys are out in the hot sun, or of course if you leave this device in your car for some reason in the hot sun, this device may get a little hot for you, but after a while it's not too bad, honestly. But the third con is going to be the updates are not as good as Samsung devices. So for the Pixel 7a, as I told you guys already, we have 3 years of operating system updates and 5 years of security patch updates. I think that's great. Honestly, I feel like for most people that's going to be completely fine, and this is going to be a great device for the next 5 years even, I feel like. Obviously, there's a ton of new technology that's going to come out that may obviously phase these devices out a little bit, but the Pixel 7a for most people is going to be a completely fine device for the next 5 years. The weird thing that I don't get is on Samsung's mid-range devices, in particular the Galaxy A54, that device we get 4 years of operating system updates, and the same for the prior year of the Galaxy A53, we get 4 years of operating system updates as well. So even on the A53, we had Android 12 out of the box, and we are going to go from Android 12 to Android 16. So it's kind of weird how stock Android devices that are actually made from the distributor, Google right here, aren't getting as many operating system updates as even mid-range Samsung devices. Now, granted, it's only 1 more year, not that big of a deal, and I know the security patches may even be a little bit more important. Still kind of weird though, and I feel like that's a con just in itself. But honestly, updates and everything on this device, I really can't complain. I just thought that was something I should talk about. And last but not least, the last con is going to be, of course, the price tag. The Pixel 7a right now is out at $499. Granted, you can get a $50 Amazon gift card if you get it on Amazon while supplies last, and Best Buy as well. You can get a $50 gift card. So in actuality, it's about $450, and with that other $50 that you were going to purchase a decent case with, you can obviously go ahead and use that gift card to buy a case or whatever other accessories that you guys use on here. But the Pixel 7 is cheaper. Especially on places like Swappa, I've seen. Obviously, you can get some used or renewed options on Amazon as well, but mostly looking at Swappa, I've seen the Google Pixel 7 as cheap as $430. And there's many various options for $450. And obviously, the Pixel 7 has better specifications than the 7a, so that was kind of a weird thing to see. But I feel like the 7A is a great device. I just feel like the 7 obviously is the better device to pick. But all in all, my opinion still stands on the Pixel 7a. I think it's a great device. I think it's beautiful. And even at the price tag of $499, I still think this is a really, really good buy. But if there's something better out there, I'm always going to tell you, and that of course is going to be the Pixel 7. But those were my pros and cons on the new Google Pixel 7a. If you guys have any of your own, definitely leave them in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear experience on the 7a as well. But this has been Safon from TechRight. Hopefully you guys have a great day. Peace out, Tech Gang.